In Vienna, Virginia, you check under a park bench rail. The package is there. 2 cars haven't moved in 11 minutes. Level 1. You wake up at 6:22 a.m. Same alarm, same side of the bed. Same route every morning, same exit, same lane. The Starbucks on Route 7 starts your order when they see your car. Venti drip, no room, every day at 8:07 a.m. for 3 years. You badge in at 8:31 a.m. The scanner beeps twice, security doesn't look up. 3 monitors, the left shows cable traffic from 14 embassies, the center is whatever you're writing. The right is email, mostly meeting requests. Your clearance is top secret, sensitive compartmented information. You see things most people won't, which makes you valuable, which makes you a target. Your last performance review has 1 word in the summary line: reliable. Reliable is the nicest word for invisible. Passed over twice. Your supervisor calls you thorough. She means you finish other people's work. Salary $89,000. After taxes, $5,400 a month. Mortgage, $2,200. Car, $480. Student loans, $310. That leaves $410 before utilities. Last spring, your mother moved into memory care. $4,800 a month. You told her you'd handle it. You took out a second mortgage 18 months ago. You don't talk about it. It just sits there, a 3rd number in the column. Somewhere, a person you've never met is reading a PDF with your name, a counter-terrorism conference registration. Your job title is circled. They made a list of what you can reach: 14 embassy feeds, 3 classified program assessments, 2 interagency briefings a week, a very useful list. They made a second list: your mortgage, the second lien, your mother's care costs, all in public court filings. Nobody hacked anything, they just read. 6-step cycle: spot, assess, develop, recruit, handle, terminate. You are in step 1. You don't know there are steps. An invitation arrives, a think tank symposium on counter-terrorism finance. The registration form asks for your job title and your agency. You fill it in: job title, agency, clearance level. It never felt like a decision. The morning of the conference, you put on the jacket from the interviews that didn't become promotions. The reception is on K Street, open bar, name tags. Everyone is a version of you, mid-career, mid-frustration. A man in a grey jacket introduces himself, a trade ministry you've heard of. He says your panel talk was insightful. He asks a follow-up question. It's a good question. He remembers the specific example you used. He hands you his card. You drive home. The business card is in your pocket. Nothing felt unusual. You'll throw the card away tomorrow. You don't. Level 2. 2 days later, an email. He enjoyed the conversation. He has a question about a policy paper, just your professional view on enforcement language. He's already there. He ordered for both of you. He remembered your order without asking. He remembers the specific example you used at the conference, not the general idea. He built a follow-up question around it. He calls your analysis underutilized. He uses that word specifically. It's the kind of word your supervisor never uses. He picks up the check without making it a gesture. You let it. 4 more meetings over the next month, same cafe, same table. He always arrives first. He always picks up the check. On the 6th meeting, you mention the travel reimbursement. 6 weeks late, $300. You don't mean it as a complaint. It comes out anyway. He doesn't react. 1 nod, calls it a bureaucratic embarrassment, moves on. Later you realize he already knew about the second mortgage. 7 weeks in, he brings a paper, a draft policy assessment, not classified. He'd value your view on the enforcement language in Section 3. You write 4 paragraphs, your honest analysis of a non-classified document, 40 minutes. You send it. You don't feel anything. It wasn't classified, it was your opinion. His reply arrives at 7:18 a.m. Your analysis was exactly what he needed. People on his side rarely hear your point of view. He asks to meet again. The meetings go weekly, twice a week. Questions that feel like policy, specific enough to be something else. You mention a new assessment your department is running. He asks 3 follow-up questions, each more specific than the last. You notice you don't say anything. You drive home and tell yourself it's policy talk. He works for a trade ministry. This is normal. His last question was about the interagency briefing schedule. That's operations, and you answered it. 3 months since the conference, 14 opinions on non-classified documents, 22 meetings, nothing material given. You tell yourself this is still true. Week 13, he suggests a different place. Upscale booths in the back. He says he'd like a proper conversation. He waits until the plates are gone. He thinks you should talk more seriously about collaborating, not just opinions on drafts, something more structured. He doesn't say more. He lets the sentence sit. He has all night. You tell him you need time. He says, of course. He picks up the check. He drives home in a different direction. You run the numbers. The amount he implied would cover 14 months of the second mortgage. You have not said yes. You have not said no. Level 3. 4 days after the restaurant, a message. Not the cafe, a hotel near the highway. Room 214. You park in the middle of the lot. Mid-range chain hotel. Clean. Unremarkable. That is the point. He opens the door before you knock. Curtains closed. A manila envelope face down on the desk. He tells you to sit. He pulls the desk chair close. No pleasantries, no coffee. Today the conversation has a different shape. He leans forward, his hands stay still.
We'd like you to share access to materials you already work with. Not operational files, assessment reports, procurement summaries, things you produce every week.
He says it the way someone describes a filing task. He says a number, $50,000 for the first package, not a range, just the number, flat. He pauses, then the second part.
This isn't about sides. The information you share prevents unnecessary conflict. It keeps both governments from making mistakes no one wants.
He says both governments like he's a neutral party. He finishes and says nothing, hands on his knee. He has done this before. He knows exactly how long a silence takes. You tell him you need to think. He says there's no deadline tonight. He means there is one. He's just not saying when. He slides a phone number across the desk. Memorize it. Destroy the paper. He says it like where to find a spare key. You sit in the car 9 minutes before starting the engine. Hotel entrance in the mirror. His car is already gone. Day 1. 11 reports processed. A 2 p.m. meeting. The sector brief is late. The number from the hotel runs under every sentence you type. Standing at the sink eating. Sofa, TV on, $50,000. The second mortgage is $900 a month, 56 payments. The mortgage statement on the counter 8 days. What you owe and what he offered, side by side. By day 3, it has edges. Day 4, prepaid phone, grocery lot, 2 rings, your first name, date, time, place. 42 seconds, SIM card dropped under the parking stop. 1 week later, the 12-page procurement assessment you wrote last March. Unclassified, sensitive. Today it has a different purpose. Saturday morning, 12 pages laid flat, photographed one by one. The shutter sounds different than it should. The house is empty. You've checked 3 times. Tuesday, 6:15 p.m. At the wooden signpost, you crouch to retie a shoe. White electrical tape on the lower rail. You stand. You keep walking. You do not look back. Thursday, 6:48 a.m. At the footbridge, a hollowed bolt beneath the left rail post. You keep moving, pace unchanged, showered and at your desk by 8. Saturday, at the footbridge, the bolt is gone, a thin mark in the grime. You keep walking, pace unchanged. Saturday night, hotel 2 miles from the park, 12,000 in mixed bills, count it twice, 4 minutes. The AC hums. Bed edge, money counted, not afraid, not proud, something still that hasn't found a name. You turn the lamp off. Level 4. 2 weeks later, different hotel, ad hoc phase over, protocols now. They keep both of you safe, he says. He means the product. No more cafes. Face-to-face is for calibration only. All material goes through dead drops. Direct contact is the highest risk moment. The dead drop removes it. An SDR reveals a tail. It doesn't lose one. 90 degrees without reason. Double back. Building with 2 exits. Clean. Proceed. Dirty. Abort. Wednesday lunch practice, 6-block destination, 93 minutes, north 12 blocks, through a department store, out the side door, 6 blocks from where you started. The turn is the key. No sign check, no slowdown, turn like you've always been going this way. Anyone following makes the same turn. Visible. You arrive at the park, 93 minutes for a 6-block destination. No one turned when you turned, no one doubled back. Clean route, you can proceed. 2 marks, signal and drop never adjacent. Check the signal first. If it's there, go to the drop, never connected on paper. White tape on the lower rail means the drop is loaded. Clean rail means it isn't. Applied in the same motion as retying a shoe. Invisible from 10 meters. 2 people walk toward each other. They pass. Under 2 seconds, an envelope moves pockets. No eye contact. From CCTV, nothing. You practice twice. First pass, glance at him. He says no. Second pass, eyes on the far wall, 2 seconds. He says that is better. Money is the easiest way to get caught. A new car, a vacation, anomaly review. You don't have an answer ready yet. An evening on it. A distant relative's estate settlement, 3 years to distribute. Boring, private. You practice saying it flat. Consistent is what makes a story real. 2 one-time pads, the only cipher that can't be broken. 1 for you, 1 for him. Each page once, then destroyed. 4 minutes. He says that is slow. Every Tuesday, a classified ad, 3rd column, 6 words. Decode it with the pad. Active drop or stand down. Different newsstand each time. You won't know what they do with it. 1 node in a larger map. He calls it basic operational hygiene. You believe about half of that. Your performance reviews improve. Slipping draws scrutiny. You are now one of the sharpest in the sector. Your supervisor says so in writing. Your colleague is talking about a trip to a lake. You're thinking about Tuesday's classified ad. He asks about lunch. You say sure. 2 phones, 1 clean, 1 sanitized. Never the same outlet, never the same bag. He said it once. You have not broken it. 4 months in. The walk feels like a commute, the signpost like a mailbox. You don't know when it stopped feeling like anything. That is when you're most exposed. You know things your colleagues don't. Access levels, sectors under review, whose name appeared in a damage assessment. You say nothing, report sent by noon. 6 months, second mortgage current, 41,000 in the shoebox. You're not the same person who went to that conference. You make dinner. Level 5. The next meeting is shorter, no training review, ready for the first classified pass. Foreign military communications, 47 pages. He knows you have direct access. The file is on your drive. You wrote the first draft. You know every section. 3 theaters of foreign military communications. You're thinking about it differently now. Thursday, 8 p.m., the sector is empty. Supervisor left at 6:30. You've stayed late before. Not unusual. Tonight it has a reason. You print 47 pages. Photograph each one. The shutter sounds loud enough to fill the room. It doesn't. All 47. Shredder. Originals stay on the drive untouched. Film roll inside a hollowed bolt. Behind the second paint can on the garage shelf. 72 hours. Protocol requires it. You don't ask why. Tuesday, SDR first. 84 minutes, 3 90-degree turns. Through the department store, out the side exit. Nobody behind you, you're clean. At the signpost, 4-second crouch. White tape on the lower rail. You stand and keep walking. Tuesday, 6:15 p.m., exactly as required. Drop signaled. 48 hours to load it. Thursday, 6:45 a.m. Bolt down at the left rail in 3 seconds. At your desk by 8. 47 pages inside a hollowed bolt under a footbridge. Thursday and Friday you work. Reports filed. Sector brief on time. Same keystroke count as any week. Nobody unusual walks past. You wait. Saturday morning, the bolt is gone. A clean ring in the grime. Somewhere across the city, someone is reading 47 pages you photographed. 100 meters east, the bench. Under the rail, taped flat, a sealed envelope. 1 motion, keep walking. You are carrying $28,000 in your jacket pocket. A hotel 2 miles from the park, cash at the front desk, Same room type. You open the envelope. Used $100 bills. Mixed serial numbers. You count them. $28,000. 6 minutes, 11 seconds to count. The 47 pages were classified. The 12-page procurement summary was not. The payments reflect that. He calls it the gradient. High enough to stay credible, low enough not to trace. He is managing you as much as you're managing the risk. He says it plainly toward the end of the meeting.
You see your edge of this. We see the full picture. What you passed helps us understand things far beyond the 47 pages. That's not something you need to think about.
He says don't think about it as reassurance. You hear it as a warning. A routine damage assessment, a redacted name near the top, a sector you know, a protocol compromised. Worked alongside that person for 2 years. Not certain, but close. He walks past, nods, something about the afternoon briefing. You say you'll be there. You close the damage assessment window, you file nothing. Today you saw what something means. A name, a redaction. Your edge has a person on the other side of it. The closet, the shoebox on the shelf, $69,000. You don't take it out. The money has an explanation, the name in the redaction doesn't. Thursday, the bolt down at 6:48. There is no unknowing, you do the drop, you keep moving. 1 year, 91,000, 4 classified files, a damage assessment named someone you worked beside. Same house, same car, different texture, only you can feel it. Level 6. 91,000 in a shoebox, small amounts, under the threshold, never the same branch twice. Estate settlement story is holding. Thursday deposit, $400. Teller asks, inheritance? Her screen flagged. You say yes, you never go back to that branch. Fourth drop carried something extra, a Swiss watch, costs what most people make in 6 months. It's in the shoebox. You do not wear it. Your partner goes to bed early, not fighting, just not here. You catch yourself scanning a room before sitting down, even at home. You park a block from your house, 3 times out of 5, 90 seconds watching the street, walk the last block, 6 months of this, without deciding to start. Your supervisor calls the sector in, an internal security assessment, 18 months of access reviews. Your sector is not the focus, she says. You understand it differently. She assigns you to the working group, now tasked with identifying whether someone in your sector has been passing information to a foreign service. 3 weeks, access logs, behavioral timelines, financial disclosures for 9 colleagues. You know the pattern from the inside, thorough report. 2 colleagues flagged for further review, neither is you. You deliver the report Friday. Good instinct for this, she says. 2 colleagues recommended for further review. It does not mention you, it is also incomplete. Hansen was assigned to hunt a KGB mole. He was the mole, he ran the investigation on himself. You are submitting a CI assessment. Month 20, awake at 3 a.m. Not nightmares, the SDR, the drop timing, the cover story. You lie there and run the list. 2 years, 9 passes, $112,000. A quieter marriage, a CI investigation you ran on yourself. You write the list. Then you tear the page. A promotion, senior analyst, expanded access. CI working group was the tipping point, she says. You'd like the weekend to think it over. More access means more value. More value means more exposure. Narrower margin. Your supervisor thinks she's rewarding you. You already know you're going to accept. You tell the handler about the promotion. He nods once. Adjacent sector access is relevant. He doesn't say it's been 2 years. That is what the nod means. Near the end of the meeting, he asks something he has not asked before.
Are you managing well? The 2 sides of this. People find it heavier at year 2 than at year 1.
He asks it with the tone of a manager checking in on an asset. You say yes. He believes you because your drops have been clean. You have become very good at this. You're not sure whether that's the same as managing well. Tuesday, the walk, the tape, the SDR, all without thinking. 2 years ago, this felt like a line. Now it's errands, not sure which is more alarming. 2.5 years in. The double life has stopped feeling double. Government day, tradecraft evening, shoebox in the closet. You wait for Tuesday. Level 7. Year 3, Monday. An operation your sector supported. Blown. Foreign asset rolled up. Your supervisor on the phone. Colleagues in low voices. The sector feels different. Damage Assessment Task Force, 3 p.m. Your sector, 2 others. Working backward from the blown operation. Who had access? She doesn't say how long. Email. 12 personnel, sector access, all under review. You ran the last one. You read it twice and go back to your report. Additional income on the disclosure form. Estate settlement, consistent with what you said. Far below the shoebox. Filed Wednesday, SDR on the way home. Tuesday, engine on car at the corner, a figure who was there 30 minutes ago when you passed. You change the route, you do not go. You abort the drop. 4 blocks from the park, engine running, home the long way, 2 hours 11 minutes. Nobody was there. Or they were. Polygraph notice Monday, mandatory for all 12. Your appointment, Thursday, 2 p.m. You've been to that building once, 4 years ago. The questions were easy then. Thursday, 2 p.m., low annex on the south side, visitor lot, jacket and tie. Nothing in your pockets that shouldn't be there. Checked 3 times since this morning. Small room, no windows, sensor equipment. The examiner sits beside the chair, not across, not an adversary. A procedure. You sit down. He attaches 2 cuffs and a chest band. Baseline questions. Name, date of birth, employment start date. Calibration. Answer truthfully, stay still. 4 minutes. You say you understand. The control questions start. His voice is flat.
Is your name the name on your employee record? Have you ever stolen anything of value? Have you ever lied to a superior?
You answer each one. Your voice is even, breathing the way you've practiced since Monday.
Have you ever shared classified information outside authorized channels?
3 seconds. You do not think about the footbridge. You think about the baseline questions, your name, your date of birth. You answer no. 41 minutes. The examiner says the session is complete. He does not say passed. Your heartbeat has been controlled for 41 minutes. You did not exist. 8 minutes in the lot. Tie loose. You just told a federal examiner that you have never shared classified information. The machine registered nothing. You drive home. Task force narrowed from 12 to 4. You're still on it. Access overlap. She doesn't anticipate it going further. You hear it as information. Tuesday classifieds. 3rd column, 6 words, stand down, no drops, no contact. Duration unspecified. This message is different. This is a contingency. Tuesday, no tape, 6 weeks in a row, task force active, handler silent. You go to work. Week 4 of the stand down. Tuesday walk absent, a phantom limb. You're not sure if you missed the tradecraft or just the certainty. Week 6, Wednesday. The task force has shifted to a different sector. The 4-name list in your sector, formally closed. You thank her, glad that's resolved. Tuesday, week 7. Covcom said, resume. Tape on the lower rail at 6:15. 6 weeks without this. Your pace doesn't change. You wonder how close it was. Narrowed to 3 names. Yours removed at week 5. The margin wasn't comfortable. He says you managed it well. Next phase requires care. Level 8. Year 4. 4 screens, 2 sectors, 14 classified documents passed, $237,000. Never arrested, never identified, passed a polygraph. Still here. He describes the next phase, a program you just cleared. 12 to 14 pages. Larger than any single delivery. Risk profile manageable. He says it very carefully. The access pull flags a review without task cover. You have thin cover that could work. Thin is the difference between clean and catastrophic. 3 roads. First, forward, the next level. Second, sideways. Stop, go dark, never caught. Third, backward, a door you haven't thought about clearly until tonight. At the end of the meeting, he says something he has not said before.
We would like you to know that if circumstances require it, a full exfiltration package can be arranged. New identity, new country, access to what you've earned. This is a standing offer.
He says what you've earned like it belongs to you. You understand it is also a leash. You imagine it, a different city. No one knows your government name. Stone pavement, A bank account in another country's system, nobody in particular. The other coat, the mortgage paid down. You would leave all of it for a life built by betraying the old one. 6:30 a.m., 3 knocks. The knock that doesn't apologize, you already know. 4 years of tradecraft, 6 steps with a coffee cup. 2 of them, plain suits, your full legal name. They'd like you to come with them. Coffee cup down, 2 minutes to change. You take the shoebox out. Tonight you name the stopping point. No drop, no contact. You go dark. The question is whether they let you. One-time pads, Covcom schedule, burned in the sink, water immediately. Ash gone in 30 seconds. 2 phones, 2 locations. The bolt stays in the garage. One last Tuesday, no tape, no signal, clean lower rail. If someone is watching, they see what they see. The handler doesn't come. Sometimes silence is their answer. Sometimes it's the last quiet before something worse. 6 weeks of Tuesday classifieds. Then you stop. This is where you actually are. Tuesday year 4, 4 screens, report due, a classified ad at lunch. 3 roads behind this moment. 4 years cost something that doesn't appear on a financial disclosure form. A different person than the one who said yes in 42 seconds. You step inside. The question that stays, what does the person who did all of this do with the rest of their life? It doesn't answer itself tonight. This is how every level of it works. A package that wasn't there 20 minutes ago. A man you've met 18 times will pick it up. 4 years made the habit of looking permanent. Inside, a 14-page summary of a compartmentalized program. Pulled on thin cover 3 days ago. SDR 91 minutes, tape at 6:15. You are very good at this. The glance isn't surveillance. 1 second where you're not running the calculation. Just a park. Then it ends. 8 minutes until the package leaves. Every level starts the same. A decision that doesn't feel like one. A coffee order remembered. 14 months later. 8 minutes until the package leaves.